So this video will cover, you ready? Slides number, come on now, here we go. This video will cover slide number 4 and 5. I completed a video about the famous Tarasoff case and the implications of that case. Now remember, that case created a legal obligation for mental health professionals, a duty to warn and protect. Now my question to you is, I really want you to think about this. Is this a reasonable expectation? Because the suggestion made by the court in this famous decision is a mental health professional should be able to accurately identify individuals who are at heightened risk for violence. Even the defendants, this is the crazy thing about this case, even the defendants in the Tarasoff case, the mental health professionals being sued by Tarasoff's parents for wrongful death. They admitted that such assessments are not possible. And in fact, an amicus brief, remember what that is? You know what an amicus brief is. The American Psychological Association at the time submitted an amicus brief to the court saying, look, this is going to be a tremendous mistake to create a duty to warn and protect because our field does not have requisite expertise to make valid predictions of the risk or danger posed by specific individuals. So that's concerning. And yet the court didn't even listen to the mental health profession itself. They're saying, we don't know how to do this. And the court didn't listen. The mental health professionals argue the duty required of them by the Tarasoff decision, quote, is unworkable because therapists cannot accurately predict whether or not a patient will resort to violence. So join me on slide number 5. This is a bit crazy. I ask you, would you go to a doctor who admits, hey, I don't really know what I'm doing? It's kind of bizarre that the court made it a legal obligation of mental health professionals to warn and protect individuals who could be intended victims of their patients, when as a whole, the American Psychological Association said, look, we're not good at this. We don't have the ability to accurately forecast who is going to be dangerous. We can make a clinical assessment. We can make a diagnosis of mental disorders. We can describe somebody's symptomology at a given point in time, like now. But when it comes to assessing future danger, there's too many variables. We don't have the ability at the present time to accurately make that prediction. Now, what's odd about this is that malpractice is something that a medical professional can be sued for, which involves improper or negligent treatment of a patient by a physician, which results in injury, damage, or loss. Now, this is a little odd because the mental health professionals are saying, look, we don't know how to do this. And in fact, they can be sued for malpractice if they deliver some form of care that they're not actually capable of doing appropriately. And yet the court is forcing psychologists to make a prediction they're saying they're not qualified to make. Is this a little wacky to you guys? I mean, I don't know about you, but if I went to a medical professional with a problem, and the medical professional looked me squarely in the eye and said, listen, I can't help you. I do not have the expertise to help you. I wouldn't say, that's okay, help me anyway. And that's what the court did. They basically said, that's okay, we think you can do it anyway. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. So I want you guys to think about this before you go to the next video. Meet me on the next video because we are going to talk about clinical approaches. So, okay, look, we know that the court requires mental health professionals to make these assessments. You also know from prior videos for this lecture so far, there are multitudes of legal processes, bail, parole, death penalty, etc., that the legal system routinely calls upon psychologists and psychiatrists to do. Let's start talking about how they begin to try to do this, given that the legal system is making them do it or expecting them to do it, even when they say, we're not sure we're good at this. Meet me on the next video.